Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've got 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. No tricks. I conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Welcome on in, Mighty Munchkin, Matthew Snyder, Dragonic, Big Cheese Thrifts. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you are all having a great start to the weekend. Let's get rocking and rolling here. And Matthew, down to just 6 left in X. That's awesome. That's very cool. How are you doing on Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire with that dex? That's the real deal. No tricks. Those are for kids. That's right. No shiny on the first check. What even the heck is that? Red Eye Jedi, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome on in. How was everybody's week? What did everyone get up to? I got up to about 5-7, maybe a little bit higher, but then came back down a little bit. You have no clue yet? Oh, okay. Then Matthew, I don't know if I misread your message earlier. If I didn't misread it, I hate to be the bearer of mad news. But I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, from, 4 years ago when I did this, you do need to have all 721 minus the mythicals to get the shiny charm in X and Y. That can't be right. Never mind, that can't be right. Is that right? Now I'm questioning myself. Shiny Toxel and Pogo yesterday, nice. Because obviously there was a period of time in between when X and Y came out and when Oris came out. So was it you just need the 725 for Oris? Or 721 for Oris? Did you just need the Kalos Dex for X and Y? I can't remember now. Think I'm right? Okay. Because I mean, I guess you could have transferred everything up into X and Y even before Oris came out. Yes, you can get them all in Oris. Yes. Or between, yeah, you can get them all in Gen 6. You can get them all in Gen 6. Yes. So when you said you're 6 away from getting the Shiny Charm and X, do you just mean like there's 6 more you need from X and Y for the Shiny Charm? Just Kalos X or X and Y? Now I'm questioning myself. It does say after obtaining all the Pokemon in the National Dex. Shiny Cornholio, what's going on? Good to see you. Shiny Cornholio, Ken was asking about you. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. See enough BP for their Evo items. Is BP the only way to get them, Matthew? There's not like any Pokemon that have them as held items? Yeah, just get an MMO over where the Raichu would spawn in the Mirelands. Thank you, Razzie. Thank you. I am planning on doing that after we get our first. I still have to, like, perfect the decks and all that, and I haven't started working on that yet. How's that today? I'm doing well, Big Cheese. But good morning, Razzie. Yeah, obviously I can't, well, I guess not obviously. I use that word too much. Unfortunately, I can't dual hunt in Legends Arceus, so I figured we'll dual hunt here until we get one, and then we'll continue to dual hunt, but we'll do one Sword or Shield game and one Legends Arceus game. Since I will be able to do a reset hunt in Legends Arceus, I don't think there'll be any problem with, running both games. So it's not going to get confusing because it's still just going to be, same buttons. But yeah, it would be pretty cool to get a Shalfa Raichu. Busy in the morning, you have two clients now. Yeah, that's what I told him, Shiny Cornholio. I said, hey, he's doing well. I said, I don't know what he does, Monday to Friday, midday, but I'm sure he's doing fine and all that. And if that was you that just subbed, please let me know so I can say thank you. Someday you'll go for the Static Alpha Raichu in the Mirelands. Matthew, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? How about this, Matthew? How about you race me when I start it? Or don't. I mean, I can't tell you what to do with your Pokemon playing. You have extra shelf of Pikachu's. Fingers crossed Pika gets a Mega at some point. I'm surprised it hasn't. You know what I noticed for the first time this week? I was looking at the Legends Arceus, the Legends EA website again, which is where I'm getting like all my information. Like that's where I'm fact checking everything. There's been so many videos, so much rumoring and talking on YouTube. Like whenever a question comes up, I just go straight to the Legends EA website now because we're all basically, acting off of the information that's there. I just feel it cuts down a lot on a lot of the BS. But I was reading the article about the Mega Raichu and Mega Raichu X and Y, and I've seen a lot of people talk about how X looks like a Mega Raichu and how Y looks like a Mega Pikachu, which I totally agree with. The Nintendo, Game Freak knows that. Like it says like right in the article about Mega Raichu X and Y. It says Mega Raichu has a similarity to a regular Raichu. Mega Raichu Y has a similarity to a Pikachu. I should get Silk Song Hamburger. I might eventually get it. I still got to finish Hollow Knight. Hassan, good morning. CNA 5 days a week and financial records on the weekends. Oh my goodness, you are a busy, busy boy. And thank you all for the hearts. I see them hearts coming through. That's very nice of you. That makes me feel like I'm doing something right when people hit the heart button. You're that, or someone is having a heart attack and all they can do is just tap that button. In which case, I hope you get the help that you need quickly. Heart attacks are no joke. Mega Raichu X is Raichu with Pikachu colors, and Mega Raichu Y is Pikachu with Raichu colors. That's true. On Wednesday, you got Shiny Honedge and Pokemon Ultra Moon from the Island skin. No way! In Pokemon Violet, you got Shiny Passimian. Yesterday, you got a Shiny Iron Valiant. Dragonic, congratulations. I never did get the Island Scan Honedge. I ended up getting all three of my Honedges from Sword and Shield. I wanted to do that one so badly, but I never got around to doing it. Congratulations. And thank you all for the likes, and thank you, Dragonic, for the like goal. Place pen fest. You do like the AJP speculative take on the Megastones in the trailer. All right, let me talk about that for a second. I'm not saying I'm correct. I'm not saying that it's not um, a tease for other megas, but I will say that I took a look at that. When I heard that was a speculation that was going around, I took a close look at that original Mega Dimension trailer with all the Megastones that look like marbles coming at the screen before they show the Raichu Megastones. And I blew it up, full screened it, freeze framed it, looked at that on one monitor, and I looked at on another monitor all the existing Megastones. There are quite a lot of Megastones in the Mega Dimensions trailer that look extremely similar to already existing Megastones. That's all I'm saying. Also, I am terrible at rambling today. Humpty Grumpy, I'm so sorry I didn't say good morning. Good morning to you. And Pen Spinner, good morning to you. Welcome on in. Pokemon Horizons is finally going to Blueberry Academy. It's about time. So it could just be a coincidence. It could be that I have bad color eyes. But there were, I mean, I will say there were a couple that I couldn't quite figure out which one it would have matched up with. But there are quite a few of those Megastones in that trailer that looked really similar to already existing Megastones. Oh, I didn't even see that, Matthew. I'm still trying to avoid any possible spoilers or leaks as possible, especially after the the megas that have been announced already. From what I understand, all the megas that have been announced already, other than the Raichus, are spot on with what the leaks have said. So more than ever, I'm trying to avoid any possible leaks. Mewtwo, what's going on? Good to see you. Battles it's a training arc. You know how it's going to be handled. Battles mean experience, which could mean evolutions. That's true. Why the chicken crossed the road? Because it wanted to get to the other side. That's a good joke, Radius Pokemon TCG. That might be the first time I've ever heard that joke. Thank you. Welcome on in. Good to see you. 4 Pokemon on the main team that still need to evolve. Lico's Hatchram and Charcadet, Roy's Crocalore, and Dot's Quaxwell. Okay, gotcha. Oh, no, Matthew, I understand that. I wasn't trying to imply that you just dropped a leak in the chat. I'm saying that I wasn't aware of that particular video because I have been trying to avoid anything that could possibly be a leak. But that is hilarious. Good morning, Amber. You returned to Masuda hunt for my final Quaxley. Ah, good job. I hope you get it soon. I'm still putting that off. I have so many Masuda hunts I need to do in Scarlet and Violet, including re-Masuda hunting all 9 starter Pokemon and their evolutions in Premier Balls. I've just been putting it off. 4 evolutions, 1 arc seems a lot, but the Terra Train arc also had 4. Oh, wow. That is a lot. 56% of you think the top game is going to shine first. You might be right. Also, by the way, the last stream on the poll, one of the answers was a movie reference. The joke response was "Go home and get your shine box," which I'm surprised not a single person, the entire stream, not a single person mentioned the amazing movie that quote's from. It was from Goodfellas. And this time, the joke answer is the opening lyrics of a song. If you can guess the name of that song, you will get 32 hefty cool points. You don't know when you're gonna do it, right, Razzie? It stinks. Like I hate Masuda in Gen 9 to begin with, and the fact that I already did all freaking 9 of those, and I have to do all freaking 9 again, along with 2 more Hisuian Sneasel, 2 Hisuian Growlithe, 2 Hisuian Zorua, possibly White Stripe Basculin. I'm not looking forward to it. You play that game? Jax67. What game is that? Is that which Pokemon game? Gentleman's bet we can get both done, but I don't want to. No, Razzie, because if we learn something, it's that if you and I ever race each other, it's not a race. It is old mall walking ladies doing the Boston Marathon. It takes forever. Oh, the one I'm playing right now, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Hunting White Stripe Basculin and Scarlet and Violet is a choice. It is, and it is a choice I have to make. And freaking John Streckert, regular on the channel, amazing guy, sent me some really neat stuff, actually. Cool dude. Also, him and I are in the same fraternity. He DM'd me last night because he had the audacity to get the White Stripe Basculin outbreak, take a picture of it, and send it to me. The only thing that kept me from absolutely destroying him was the fact that he was looking for a Feebas outbreak, and he still hasn't found it. I got news for you, pal. You aren't leading two things right now. You aren't leading two things right now. Jack and blank. Jack left town. Another classic. That is a good quote. That is a good one. You were told what your birthday present would be the other day. Uh-oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You really soft resets are rough for your brain? Okay, Amber. I mean this in the nicest way possible. You're one of my closest friends and I love you dearly. How can a soft reset be too much for your brain? It's like 3 buttons. John's a homie. He's a good dude. Pokemon Cafe Remix, you got Shiny Fido. Congratulations. I didn't know you played Pokemon Cafe Remix, Dragonic. I haven't played that in a while. I used to play that every day. I haven't in a while. I've been debating on getting back into it. But I haven't yet. 2170 is what the sub count says now. If that was you, please let me know. John the G, what's going on? Good to see you. It doesn't stimulate it enough. Ah, well, see, that's... I like soft reset hunts specifically when I'm streaming because it allows me to pay a lot more attention to the chat than I normally do. I can't tell you how... Hold on. This is from Matthew Snyder. I can't tell you how many White Stripe Basculin outbreaks I found on accident. Probably 2. Leave Amber alone. Leave Amber alone. Can I play Minecraft? I can. I'm not going to on this stream because I do already have everything set up for a Pokemon Shiny hunt. But you know what? I've been wanting to get together with Shinies again and do some more Minecraft. I hate to say it because like part of the gag is that I'm not a Minecraft fan, but I kind of feel like I really want to finish at least one day in Minecraft. A certain console with a certain bundle of game that comes out on October 16th. Oh, that's awesome, Hassan. Congratulations. Army of Darkness, Bruce Campbell. He's a bit of a drama queen in real life. Is he really? I've never heard that about him. One day is 20 minutes. You got this. Is that really how long a day is in Minecraft? 20 minutes? Have we never lasted more than 20 minutes when Nick and I have played Minecraft? That's embarrassing. When Zio Switch 2 graphics will go crazy. That is exciting. I'm really curious. And when I say these things, before I get into my thoughts and opinions, I feel like I have to put a disclaimer nowadays. I love Pokemon. I'm gonna buy ZA. I'm going to enjoy ZA. Eventually, I'm gonna get the DLC. You know, I can't imagine why I wouldn't. But I can enjoy something. I can love something while still being kind of curious and a little bit skeptical. Um, so let me just say that. When it comes to Legends EA, I'm still really curious about the physical cartridge itself because it is a fact, you know, based off of the Switch 2 box, the Switch 2 case, that it comes with the Switch 1 game and a code to download the Switch 2 upgrade. So I'm very curious to see, because it is a Switch 2 case, is the cartridge a Switch 2 cartridge, or is it literally the Switch 1 cartridge? It doesn't make any difference in the long run, but just as a visual kind of thing, cosmetic thing. I'm really curious. A little disappointed that the entire game takes place solely in Lumio City. Wish you could explore more of modern Kalos. Yeah. I mean, I do think it's kind of interesting that they decided to make that choice. One of the things they did show in the last trailer, though, is like I had been theorizing for darn near 2 years now. There's an underground as well. Like there were catacombs and sewers and stuff like that. So they seem to be taking like the Tears of the Kingdom approach, that there's an overworld and an underworld, which theoretically right there doubles the size of the map. Wizard World meet and greet with him more expensive to meet than Mark Hamill. Really? That's surprising. Bruce Campbell more expensive than Mark Hamill. Speaking of Hollow Knight, yeah, Hate and Deep Nest. I need to get back into it. I think I've been talking about this and I haven't gone back and checked since I started talking about this like 2 weeks ago. I think I'm like past the second boss, and just one of those things that it just kind of fell off my radar for a while, but now it's back on my radar with Silksong. You commented on the short that I made last. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you for the comment. Tyler Shanks, good to see you, my friend. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you are too. Enjoy Kirby the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Starcross World, and Daily Cat Chores. Tyler, I got a question for you. I haven't gotten the Switch 2 upgrade for Kirby and the Forgotten Land yet. Is it worth it? Are you enjoying it? You like the glasses? Bunny, you mentioned that Mewtwo. I'll get to why in a second. Raichu's gonna shine today on the bottom switch. I would love that. Gonna go switch your ZA pre-order from GameStop to Best Buy for the desk mat. I wish we had a Best Buy here. I would like to get that desk mat. I haven't checked with GameStop yet. I did see a couple weeks ago they did announce that they are going to have midnight releases depending on your local store, of course. And if you go and get a midnight release, you get a tote bag, which is kind of neat. Old Nintendo, a good morning to you. It's worth it if you enjoy the game. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So I'm very curious about the Switch 2 upgrades. You've only played some of the new story stuff last night, but so far, yes, very worth it. Nice, good to hear. Okay, so this is why it's funny that you like my glasses, Mewtwo. These are my backup glasses. I don't like these glasses personally because they cover like half of my face. But my other glasses, I don't know what's going on. They've clouded up. This week I've tried to clean them a couple times and like they just won't be uncloudy. So I've been forced to start wearing these, which is now forcing me to look at getting off my duff and going back to getting contacts. I haven't bought contacts in like over a year. I had an eye issue November of 23, I think it was. And after that, they're like, you can't wear contacts for 6 weeks. So I stopped wearing contacts for 6 weeks. And then because of that, I obviously wasn't buying contacts. And then once I could start wearing contacts again, I just used up the remaining contacts that I had in the house and then just never bought another box. So I am now thinking about, hey, it might be time to go back and get some more contacts. Old Nintendo dude, thank you so much for the shiny luck. They patched the glitch where you can go flying up in the air when you use a toy hammer, which makes you sad. What the heck? I didn't even know that was a glitch, Tyler Shanks. I'm sad that you didn't tell me about that glitch until after they fixed it. Legit, too legit? Thank you, Old Nintendo dude. I'm too legit to quit. When was the last eye exam? It would have been like November of 23. What's up, John the G? But no, I say all that, Mewtwo, and it's all because I appreciate the compliment. I'm glad that you like the glasses. Shiny Cornholio with the dollar, make you holler. Thank you so much. Let's get some hype in the chat. Maybe time to get back there. Yeah, I just do my eye exams online when I get my contacts. But thank you, Cheese. Thank you for explaining to me how eyes work, and eye exams. I mean, I got these glasses December of 23, and uh, they're still perfect. John, what is that number for? You say your number is. What is that number? What does that refer to? 2020. Oh yeah, 2020. That's 5 years, cheese. You should definitely go get your eye exam. Thing where you made so Kirby ran out of breath while flying, then did an attack before he hit the ground. And if you timed it right, you could fly up in the air really high. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a video of that just to check it out. John, what's going on? Just replace your eyes. I'm telling you, old Nintendo dude, I've been saying this for years. As soon as they perfect how to do eye transplants, I'm totally down for it. Or do it in your game if it isn't patched. How would I know if it's patched or not? When did they patch this? James the Catboy is looking for some trade Evos in Violet. I don't know if anyone is available at this time to help out, but if so, please let James know. Still doing a Switch 1, not certain. Interesting. I mean, is it game breaking or is it just kind of like a fun thing? Come on, Raichu, hurry up and shine. We're almost at odds. I just realized that we're less than 100 checks from being at odds. We are kind of due for an overodds hunt. If y'all remember, we got the Shiny Dragonite in 515 checks, and then we got the Halucha in 28 checks. Statistically, 2 out of 3 hunts will go under odds, 1 will go over odds, so this could be exactly statistics. We do need 2 of these though. So if one of them does shine today, then we'll catch it. And then I'll set up the hunt again and we'll continue to dual hunt it today for the remainder of stream. If why is that dirty right there? I gotta wash this hat. And then this afternoon I will perfect the decks in Legends Arceus, and then tomorrow we will hunt Raichu on Sword or Shield. No, actually we'll hunt Raichu on Shield, and we'll hunt the Shalfa Raichu in Legends Arceus. You could get to a form of the Meta Knight Cup from the Coliseum where there's just one fight, and you always get 1 rare stone from it while beating it. The fight was always 2 mini bosses. Interesting. I was so proud of myself for 100%ing Kirby in the Forgotten Lands, and now I'm very excited about the Switch 2 stuff. You know how they say that 85% of all statistics is made up? Does that mean the large college statistic courses are hogwash? Cheese, I hate to break it to you, but that statistic right there, the 85% of all statistics are made up, it's actually a made up statistic. Squirrel. Did everyone get their shiny Chi-Yu, and do you now have a complete set of the shiny Legends of Ruin in Scarlet and Violet? Excited for more Mario Wonder stuff, multiplayer stuff aside. I hope they were actually teasing some single player content at the end of that trailer. Exactly. Same here, Razzie. Same here. For me personally, the way I like to game, that trailer for the Mario Wonder DLC did nothing for me. I have no interest in the multiplayer stuff, but they did seem to be teasing more levels, which I would be very excited about. You did, Mighty Munchkin. Congratulations on having your shiny Legends of Ruin. Did I 100% wonder? I did. One thing you'll say is the 3rd new level is kind of frustrating for one of those, the 3 hidden challenges. Why? Well, the game is like halfway trying to find 7 treasure chests. Interesting. Amazing game. That last level was a blast. That whole game was a lot of fun. And there were some difficult levels. In fact, I wonder if it's on the Switch too. I got a couple of video clips It's only made up 57% of the time when 76% of data is reviewed incorrectly. That's true. It's a very good point, OND. Let's see here. I think it's on this one. All right, when did Wonder come out? That's Mario World. That's Kirby. Maybe it's on this one. What is this? Oh, yep, here it is. Um, Here we go. I was proud of this one in Mario Wonder. This was a tough one. This one took me a couple hours to do. The timing is just crazy. It starts off nice and slow, and then it speeds up. I'm sure you remember this level, Razzie. And then this is the second half when it really speeds up. Good morning, Mia. Man, that was scary. I didn't think I was gonna make it there for a second. All right, let's get back into it. Weird way to get shiny Raichu, right? Mad gaming skills. Thank you, OND. That was probably the toughest challenge in Mario Wonder for me. So I felt like I had to clip it. Oh my gosh, only 55 checks until we hit odds. I can't believe we're already at odds. God, I love these dual soft reset hunts so much. They go so fast. I'm sure Ken would love to hit odds in 7 hours. Three, six, two, one. Leisure way of hunting Raichu, right? So yeah, I think after stream today, I'm going to perfect the decks in Legends Arceus, and then I think I might restart Metroid Prime. GameStop giving out tote bag poster and the in-game trench coat. Nice, Humpty. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think on the 26th, which is next Friday, I'll be going to GameStop. I'll be doing a pre-order of ZA, and I'm going to see how many shiny Miraidon and Koraidon cards I can get. Razzie, do you think if I give the employee at GameStop a hefty 517 Pokeball coaster that says "There it is." Do you think he'll give me like 30 cards? I mean, I don't typically like to bribe, but it's not for me, it's for the community. You don't even have a GameStop there. I know, that's why I'm trying to get as many cards as I can. Over here that might get you left out of the store. Yeah, I don't think where I live is all that much different from where you live, Razzie, in that aspect. I saw a really funny I don't know if you call it a meme, but like a screen grab from a Reddit post where a guy was talking about a new game that he was working on and like a new video game that he was developing and everything. And this guy responded and he says, "Can I have the game for free? I'm big on YouTube. I have like 200 subscribers." And the developer's like, "No." Cito, what's going on? Good to see you. You generally don't even want to go ask for your own cards. They never do any events properly. Missed out on the shiny Solgaleo and Lunala on the 3DS because every store around you was really, really dumb. Oh, I didn't realize that, Razzie. That stinks. I've never had a problem with getting the cards at GameStops. Um, I personally, like all joking aside, I personally have issues asking for more than um, my fair share. You know, even though it's not for me, it's not like I'm going to like, hoard the cards and sell them online or something. But like there have been times where like I've had like my best friend's kid plays Pokemon, and when Zacian and Zamazenta, when those cards came out, I asked if I could get extra cards for my friend's 7-year-old kid, and they gave it to me, but I felt really uncomfortable asking about that. So like in all honesty, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do the pre-order, get my cards, and then go back like a day or two later and see if I can get some more cards. It is a Friday, so the nice thing is it's gonna be easy to like swing out like on a Saturday and a Sunday and see if I can grab some more. Yeah, I mean, I guess shoot my shot, but see if I could say I'm friends with Razzie and see if that works. That probably would. Weird app thingy. Uh, yeah, I remember Razzie. I do remember like I can't remember which one the last one was that I did. There was a time when I was so brokenhearted. Love wasn't much of a friend of mine. There was a time before the cards where you had to show up to GameStop with your DS or 3DS and get a local mystery gift. And those cases, I wouldn't even go in the store. I would just sit in my car in the parking lot. I do remember those. Different GameStops. Unfortunately, the second GameStop that we had in this area got shut down last year. So the next closest GameStop to me is about 45 minutes away. I'm not saying I couldn't do that. I'm just saying that I would prefer not to do that. Although there is a comic shop over there too. Loops, what's going on? Good to see you, bud. You're not driving an hour and a half for a shiny Pokemon. You only have 2 nearby. Yeah. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I'm not promising anything. But I am telling you that I have all the intentions of the world of trying to get more cards for our friends, um, first and foremost, that live over in Europe, and secondarily, our friends that just don't have a GameStop near where they live. We've got a lot, weirdly getting a lot of videos on Pennsylvania cities this week. Stop trying to look up where I live, Mewtwo. The algorithm knows what you're looking for. Stop Googling Henry's barbecue. Stop that. I know this is going to make me sound entitled, and I don't want it to, and I apologize in advance, but I just feel like I have to confess it. And, I know you guys will keep it secret and quiet. Um, I know I shouldn't be complaining. I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I can't help it. I'm a little sad they didn't remaster Metroid Prime 2 and 3 before Metroid 4 comes out. That makes me a little sad. You've only searched it once, actually? Okay, that's not too bad. Once is good. Where's that trilogy? It's been rumored since the Wii U. Uh, yeah, I think I've talked about this before. Metroid Prime is probably the game I've purchased the most. I bought it when it came out on the GameCube. I bought it. I bought the Steelbook trilogy for the Wii. I bought the digital version of the trilogy on the Wii U, and now I bought it for the Switch. But I would love to have 2 and 3 to go along with the 1. What about you guys? Is there a certain game that you've purchased multiple times? The only other one that's coming to mind right now is via the Super Mario All Stars. I've purchased Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy twice. Razzie, you don't like the open area stuff? I think it looks cool. I think the open area stuff looks cool. I'm excited about it. Link to the Past like 4 times? Okay. Um, oh yeah, Zelda games. Let's see here. Not Link to the Past, but I've purchased Wind Waker twice, Skyward Sword twice, because of the re-releases. Breath of the Wild twice, once on the Wii U, once on the Switch. Um, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, the originals and the 3DS remakes. You don't think you've ever bought a game more than once? Yeah, like I won't buy like I wouldn't buy like 2 copies of Pokemon Sword for the Switch. I can't think of any time where I purchased like literally the same game twice. But like if there's re-releases or remasters or remakes, things like that, I'll purchase the same game multiple times. I had, I guess like all the Nintendo Mega Mans. There was I think it was a PlayStation 2 disc that had, it was like a Mega Man collection. It's all the original Mega Man games from the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, including a couple that were originally Japanese only. Just classic Mega Man, not Mega Man X. So that one I purchased, I guess that whole series over again. Buy multiple copies for each system. I haven't done that. I haven't done that. I uh, I can't I can't think of any occasion where I've had a game on multiple systems. At least not a paid game. Like there might be like some freeware type stuff, or like virtual console type stuff. I can't think of any. Has anyone gotten the DK Bonanza DLC? I was very excited about it, but now all I'm hearing from people in videos is that it is not worth it. We're about to hit odds here, folks. We're about to hit odds. It's just crazy. Pokedex completion when others aren't available. Minecraft and Skyrim, you think you have them on everything? Razzie, I don't think you and I have ever talked about Skyrim before. You like the Tanchu? Me too. I would like to see a Tanchu. Spyro Trilogy, you have that on PC, Xbox, and PS5? Dang, I need to go hang out over at Razzie's house. He's got all the systems. Oh, another thing that got announced during the Direct that we haven't talked about yet, it just kind of fell kind of under the radar with all the other big announcements, was the Final Fantasy VII remake. Or I don't know what you want to call it. Not exactly a remaster, not exactly a reboot. I don't know what it is, but the Final Fantasy VII. I got the first section on PlayStation 4 when it first came out, and then I was heartbroken. Oh, by the way, we're over odds. I was heartbroken when it turned out that the second part was coming out on PS5, which I don't have. So now I'm excited that there's a possibility I might finally be able to get to play the rest of that series on the Switch too. So that is one that I might rebuy, re-rebuy on the Switch too. Come on, shiny. I've never played the Spyro games. I've just watched Dorian play them, and they look fun. That game makes you incredibly angry. The Final Fantasy remake. Why is that? Because they split up into three parts. I was annoyed about that. Dorian makes Spyro look entertaining. Dorian makes everything look entertaining. I've literally purchased games because of watching Dorian play them. I purchased two Switch games I otherwise probably would not have purchased because of Dorian. Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Princess Peach Showtime. And I ended up loving both of them. It's a cash grab on the highest extent. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that. Dorian's stream yesterday was absolutely wild. How far is he into that shiny only playthrough now? Did he ever get the Bulbasaur? Yeah, it is a cash grab, but I did enjoy the first part of it. I really liked what they did. I thought all the stuff they added to the game for the remake made sense. None of it felt like filler to me. I thought it all kind of like seemed um, not plausible, but it seemed to fit. You know what I mean? Like I did like that. But yeah, I would have preferred to just pay one price for the entire thing, especially you know now knowing that the second part was going to come out on a completely different system. Beedrill, Pidgeotto, Gyarados, Clefairy, and just failed a Cubone. Oh no! Poor Dorian. That's a good team though. Clefairy, that's a shout right there. You don't see a lot of shiny only playthroughs in Kanto that include a Clefairy. So what, did the Cubone run away from him? It's a bold strategy to use a Clefairy. Fairy type exists in Let's Go, right? Like they retroactively put the fairy type in the Let's Go games. Exit animation, I escape the ball and poofed. Ah, I hate it when that happens. That's the worst. Okay, yeah, fairy types in there. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never really played Kanto with a fairy type before. That'd be neat. Yeah, I knew it wasn't BDSP. I couldn't remember if they did that for Let's Go. All right, we're on our way to double odds. I can't make heads or tails of YouTube anymore. I know all games are technically cash grabs, cash crabs, and what have you, but I feel like we're in an era where they could have charged a decent amount for the entirety of the series and a huge bundle pack, and they would have sold them like hotcakes. Absolutely, absolutely, they could have. However, no, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to speculate. Um, yes, I am. I think sometimes companies would prefer to have a smaller bump over multiple quarters than a big bump in one quarter. Even though there will be diminishing returns. I mean, that's part of the reason why Netflix is so hot now about releasing seasons in chunks, is because they want to keep that viewership high for multiple months instead of all in one weekend. I had some pretty funny moments when playing the story stuff last night. There was one point where your brother and you had just beaten the level and you got a gotcha figurine thing, and you're like, "What's that?" What was it? Or do you still not know? Is it like a new enemy that you haven't seen yet? Can't remember the last time I opened Netflix. I opened it yesterday. YouTube, Netflix, Apple Plus, to a lesser extent, Amazon Prime, and then Peacock and Hulu were kind of like at the bottom of how often I open them. Oh, and Disney Plus is like mid-range, middle of the range there. Nintendo charges for things, and Nintendo makes money off of things, but you can think of a ton of releases they haven't done that would sell 2 billion overnight. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's true. Rewatching Stranger Things right now. Nice. How deep into it are you, Matthew? Oh, okay. I appreciate that, Tyler. I appreciate the non-spoilers. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll pick it up this weekend, but I definitely want to get that Kirby in the Forgotten Land Switch 2 upgrade. On season 2. Season 2, in my opinion, was the weakest. There's this trope in sci-fi creature stuff that I don't like, where a sequel or something like that will be like, remember the thing in the last one? It's like that, but baby form in lots of them. And that's how I felt Stranger Things season 2 was. It's like, oh, you guys like the Demigorgon? Well, imagine a bunch of smaller Demigorgons. They did that in the '98 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, and I hated it. I just think it's like a cheap way um, jumping on, the hype or the interest for what made it popular in the first place, um, and basically rehashing it without rehashing it. Zombie Houndoom Mama, what's going on? Good to see you. That said, I still liked it. I just think it was the weakest of the 4 seasons so far. Hulu Disney because you just use single app, then Prime, Peacock here, and then Netflix is down at the bottom. So almost no, not almost reversed. Not even close to being almost reversed. But yeah, I mean YouTube's number one for me, and then Netflix, and then there's a bunch of stuff on Apple, and Prime that I'll watch. And then I've recently started watching some Peacock. I hope that H Gaming pops in, Harrison pops in, because I finally watched the movie he's been telling me to watch for months. I finally watched it last night. It was pretty good. Oh, that's another thing. I think I'm gonna finally watch Superman today because now it's on HBO Max. HBO Max is another one. HBO Max is probably towards the top. YouTube, Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus is probably my top 4. Shows how weak the main antagonist was in season 1 compared to season 2 and so on. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could see that perspective, Matthew. Like in retrospect, having watched the 4 seasons and everything that's come out of it, story wise and everything, I don't mind season 2 nearly as much now as I did when I first watched it. Oh, the other thing I did not like at all about season 2 was the backdoor pilot. Season 1 was 8 episodes, season 3 was 8 episodes, season 2 was 9 episodes, and it's totally because that one episode you could just reach in, grab, pull out, and throw away, and it wouldn't change a thing. It was the one where 11 meets up with 8. Was she 8? And the other warriors hanging out in Chicago or wherever they were. I did not like that episode at all. Just completely destroyed uh, the rhythm the of the show. And I think I don't know this. I was half joking when I said backdoor pilot. I think the idea was they wanted to see if there'd be any interest in doing a spin-off with those characters. Kind of wish we had Apple so you could watch Ted. Ted Lasso. Yeah, Apple's good. I like Apple. There's a few shows on there now that I like. And there's a few more that I still need to watch. Backdoor pilots just don't work most of the time. I agree. Even when they do work, and what I mean by that is when they're successful and they do launch another show, on rewatch, it's still just so obvious and so cringy. Like I remember, um, I don't care if I embarrass myself here. I remember when they did the backdoor pilot for Private Practice in Grey's Anatomy. It was the most stilted, ham-fisted acted episodes of Grey's Anatomy I've ever seen, and that's saying something. Like it was fine as far as like the Private Practice characters went and that storyline, but everything they were doing, like at Seattle Grace in that episode, it was bad. It was not good. And everyone was acting and like the lines, the writing was like um we are assuming that you've never seen an episode before. And this is the first time you've ever seen an episode. So we're going to talk like idiots, like we don't know who we are, what we're doing, so that you can learn who we are. We disagree on so many things, and that's okay. I thought it was quasi-pivotal to 11's development. 8 showed her how to strengthen her power and showed 11 that she's not alone. You're right on that. First off, Matthew, I didn't think we disagreed on that much, and that kind of hurts a little bit. Maybe I was being a little too hard. You're right. As far as the 11 development went, You're correct. It did help her unlock more stuff. And that was very helpful for the end of season 2. But just the whole storyline around 8 and those characters, I just had no interest in. Your daughter's a Pikachu fan. She even has a Pichu stuffy, but she needs Raichu stuffy, but she knows Raichu. Yeah, Raichu's pretty cool. Like Cheers to Frasier. Big Cheese, are you saying that Cheers was a backdoor pilot for Frasier? You're silly. Still, you're back still collecting eggs. Get those eggs, Dragonic. God bless you. Doing what I don't have the strength or courage to do. Egg. Forgive me, I can't remember their names, but that episode felt like the one episode in She-Hulk. They were introduced that ragtag team. Um, which episode, Cheese? Stranger Things? Also show the major differences between the two. 8 is obsessed with using her powers for revenge, while 11 wants to use her powers to protect. You're correct, Matthew. It was a bad take. I apologize. Female Raichu looks like that her tail tip was bitten off. Yeah, that's true. It does. That's why I prefer the male Raichu. I just feel bad for the female Raichu. I like a female Pikachu though, with the heart tail. Matthew, I didn't know you and I disagree on so much. This is bothering me now. I don't know why. I don't even know what we disagree on. I think that's what bothers me is that you've been sitting here silently disagreeing with me on things for who knows how long, and I had no idea. Yeah, that was another thing, Matthew. And I mean, I like again in retrospect, I understand why we didn't. But it did feel like we were eventually like it felt like we were going towards a place where we were going to get introduced to more more kids that were experimented on. I understand now why we didn't, but it did for a while. It did feel like the show was heading in that direction. Literally just with Stranger Things. Oh, okay, all right. Phew. Made female Raichu corners. Could have been ran like for female Pikachu. Yeah, I think that would have been nice. Yeah, no, Cheese. I'm sorry. I got what you were saying. I just forgot to circle back around and acknowledge. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was sitting here trying to remember who those characters were. Um, they were like it would be kind to call those characters D-listers. Was the battling Bantam one of them? I can't even remember. I can't remember who those characters were. West Coast Avengers? No, not West Coast Avengers. You're doing the work that y'all wouldn't do, so you're doing it for us. Thank you so much, Dragonic. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's more purple zombie. The shiny little Marowak's more purple. That's exactly why I said we can disagree, and that's okay. I was worried there for Matthew. I was worried there for a bit that you didn't agree with anything that I say, and you just never told me. I'm just being facetious. Uh, could have swore you said that when the episode happened. That was a comic book series they did about that specific team. Well, first, I got to remember who these people were. Cheese. I can't remember who they were. It's possible. I mean, if you're saying I said West Coast Avengers, it's possible it might have been one of the more recent iterations of West Coast Avengers. Definitely not the classics. I'm not even sure exactly how I'm supposed to search for that, but I'm trying. Show more characters. That doesn't help me. Next community will be Solosis. That's right. Episode of Hefty Stream. The whole stream Matthew disagreeing. Oh no, that'd be terrible. Oh my god, I forgot they brought in that terrible version of Scar. Leapfrog. Okay, Manbull was a Daredevil villain. Mr. Immortal was Great Lakes Avengers. Maybe that's what we're talking about. Pile Driver was Wrecking Crew. Porcupine. Porcupine was a actually started as an Ant-Man villain, and then just became like a generic villain to everybody. Thunderball was Wrecking Crew. Wrecker was Wrecking Crew. Yeah, that's it. I thought there was like a battling Bantam or something. I can't remember. Anyway, back to the chat. You're not too excited for the community day? I love Solos. I love the Solosis line. Reuniclus, I believe, is my favorite psychic Pokemon. Yeah, let's be like a Meowth and focus on the same things. Yeah, the things that we share in common. The Baskin Robbins kid who wants hot food. Oh my gosh, that was silly. Solosis line should be one of Kemp's favorites. It should be. We should ask him about that. That's a good shout out, Mewtwo. 25 likes. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I guess that means we need a like goal of 35. Silver Fox, what's going on? Good to see you. The Absolute Batman Joker designing is insane. Loops, are you all caught up on Absolute Batman? Because, yeah, I like what they're doing with the slow build of Joker. And this Bane storyline is freaking nuts. It is wild. I have. The last two issues have stuck in my head for the violence. It's just crazy. I got Shiny Eevee and Arceus today. Congratulations. It was the Wrecking Crew that we were talking about? Okay, yeah. Thunderball, Pile Driver, Wrecker, and I guess they didn't include... I always forget the fourth one. Why do I always forget the name of the fourth one? This is going to drive me crazy. Dang it, Cheese. Like even when I do Sporkle quizzes on villains, I always somehow forget the name of the fourth one. Bulldozer. Wrecker, Bulldozer, Pile Driver, and Thunderball. Silver Fox, thank you so much for the shiny light goal. Shiny light goal. Thank you so much for the light goal. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but you're hearing the Bane stuff is crazy. It really is. It's nuts. Some people weren't. I don't want to get into it. Issue 11 was a little bit controversial, but I really like the direction this series is going. All the absolute stuff, actually, I'm really enjoying. It's gotten to the point where, as a Marvel fan through and through for over 30 years, when I pick up my comics every week, the top of the top of the pile is the DC absolute stuff. That's the first thing I read every week. Absolute Flash has been a slow burn, but it's starting to pick up, and I'm really liking it. Just actually start looking for alpha Pokemon to your random Ninetales find. That's so cool. Congratulations again on that, Mia. Yeah, I never really got into hunting Shalfas. I randomly ran into a couple while I was playing Legends of Arceus. I got a Shalfa Carnivine and a Shalfa Roserade. But it wasn't until this challenge that I actively looked for them, and I got Garchomp, Glalie, Steelix, Gyarados, and those were fun. No, they were fun. Um, so I am kind of looking forward to doing the Raichu as well. You're rereading Marvel versus DC right now. Shiny Cornelia, where are you reading that? Like, do you just happen to still own those from the 90s? Did you pick up an omnibus? Are they online somewhere? Because I've been wanting to reread those. I've been wanting to reread Marvel vs. DC and the Amalgam Comics issues that came out afterwards. Walrein was your only other one back in 2022. You know who has Shuffle Walrein, I think, is Dorian Dysart. I think he has Shuffle Walrein. Pikachu isn't shining. I know. What the heck is up with that, Mighty Munchkin? What game are you hunting it in, Mighty Munchkin? We're 100 checks over odds now. Pretty sure Dorian has 5. You might be right. Violet, okay. Well, I hope you get quickly, Mighty Munchkin. I think Amber said that was pretty recent. The Shuffle Walrein. No, I was teasing about how back in the day, um, Dorian was searching for Shelf Octillery forever, and he kept phasing on Walrein. He ended up with, yeah, I think it might have been 4 or 5 Walreins that he got before he got that Shelf Octillery. Got 6 minutes left on sandwich. You say before the sandwich, right? You need to see Absolute Batman ride Killer Croc into battle against this Joker. Wouldn't that be crazy, Luke? Yeah, this I really like the Absolute Batman. I think it's pretty neat. Again, like, I like all the absolutes. I don't feel like I'm smart enough to understand Absolute Martian Manhunter. I've been reading that, and between the very surreal Warhol-ish artwork and the writing by Dennis Camp, I just feel like I'm not smart enough to get it. But it's really neat to look at. Yeah, Martian Manhunter has a run. I think it's 6 episodes in, or 6 episodes, 6 issues in. I think it's on hiatus at the moment. I think, unlike the rest loops, I think Absolute Martian Manhunter is supposed to be like a 12-issue miniseries. And so after they released issue 6, I think last month, I think it's on hiatus for a couple months. It might even be till the end of the year, and then it comes back into the second half. Chem Nation with the 33 months of membership. Hi, Hefty, your glasses look thick. Thank you, Chem. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, these are my backup glasses. Because my other glasses are just, for some reason, they're fogged up. I can't unfog them. But good morning, Chem. No wonder they look different. Yeah, they look different because they are different glasses. Yeah, Chem, what do you think of the Solosis line? Solosis, Duosion, Reuniclus. Indifferent? We thought that you would really like it because it's based on science. Slowpoke, what's going on? And Keith with the 27 months of membership. What a handsome fellow with his glasses. Thank you so much, Keith. You're such a flirt. Shiny Solosis line look better in sprite form. I agree. Everyone talks about how bad Solosis is in Scarlet Violet, and I'm not saying it's good, but Shiny Duosion is 100 times worse than Shiny Solosis in Scarlet and Violet. Shiny Duosion in Scarlet and Violet might be up there with Shiny Poltergeist at night, in that I literally cannot see a difference. It makes the eyes hurt. It truly does. Hefty with glasses feels illegal. What do you mean? What do you mean, Slowpoke? Do you mean Hefty with his backup glasses feels illegal? Because I'm trying to remember when you subscribed to me, Slowpoke. I think it's very possible that you've only ever seen me with glasses. But I was saying earlier, having to wear these backup glasses is really pushing me to look into getting back into contacts. Remind you of the water temple boss from Ocarina of Time. I could see that. You had 5 hours of sleep? What the heck, Slowpoke? Why so little? The other night, I went on to the GameCube NSO stuff, and I started playing Chibi Robo for the first time. I can't tell if I think that game is stupid or if I love it. You had a nightmare last night. Oh no, Cam, I'm sorry to hear that. Has anyone ever played Chibi Robo? Celestial Line reminds you of a Cheese, a Bioclass video about stages of a zygote. That's good, Keith. I'm glad it reminds you of that. It was scary you didn't even get a great deal on a car. Oh no. Are you going today, Kem? Are you getting ready? Are you getting prepared? Does Canada have blue laws, Kim? Can you sell? Not you personally. Can the nation of Canada sell cars on Sundays? Well, Kim, I wish you all the luck in the world. Remember, don't tell them that you have a trade-in until after they offer you a deal. No idea. You don't know if they can sell cars. Do you know if car dealerships are open on Sunday? That would answer the question. All right, here we go. Check 1500. Let's see if it's gonna be shiny. I can't believe we're so far over odds. We've been hunting this thing for 7 hours and 21 minutes, and still no shiny. Yes, you can sell cars on Sunday. Okay, interesting. Yeah, where I live, car dealerships aren't allowed to sell cars on Sunday. Why? Because that's the law. Why is that the law? Because it was made a law. Why is it still a law? Because no one wants to spend the money it would take to revoke the law. Hello, Adam. Great to see you too. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Only in Pennsylvania. I think there's other states too. I'm not sure how many states still have that law in effect. I just don't know why they're called blue laws. But there's like a bunch of states that you can't sell certain things on Sundays. Most commonly cars and alcohol. Oh my gosh, Keith. Adorable. I love the old school Gen 2 looking Lugia. I mean, I like them all. Getting close on all your Mega Shinies. Yeah. I mean, we had completed this thing, and then they announced a whole bunch of new Megas. So we got some catching up to do. We got to get 2 Raichus and 3 Kalos starters. What if dealership offered you 2,000 off and then only 9,000 on trade-in? What if they only give 1,000 off but then 10,000 on trade-in? Well, how much is the car worth, Kim? How much is your trade-in worth? Let's start there. How am I hunting the Kalos starters? That's a good question, Adam. I haven't decided yet. I have a few different options. I haven't decided which one I want to do. I could do friend safaris in X and Y for the middle evolution, then evolve them. I could do sandwich hunting in Scarlet and Violet for the base form and then evolve them. Or I can do island scans for. I can't remember if it's the evolve form or not. In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Spent too much money again, getting 7 for 150. Also have Apom, Eevee, and Pikachu coming. That's awesome, Keith. But be nice to that Fennekin. It looks like it's pretty cranky after its travels, so Make sure you you give Fennekin some love. Do we have any Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon experts in here? Can you remind me? Is it the base starter, the middle evolution, or the final evolution for island scans for Kalos? Like, I can't remember if you can do an island scan for Froakie, for Frogadier, or for Greninja. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Why is my nose so itchy today? It's got robot chicken face. It really does. That's a good shout out, Keith. Harry, good morning. Good to see you. Greninja, you believe? Okay, so it's final evolutions. That would be the best. That'd be the best. We might do that. We might do Ultra Sun Island scans. Because whenever possible, I do like to get the actual Pokemon with the Mega Evolution, not a previous evolution. Yeah, exactly, Shine Cornholio. Like in Sun and Moon and in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which have different island scans. Some of them are the same, but most of them are different. In both versions, with island scans, there is a base starter generation, a middle evolution starter generation, and a final evolution starter generation. I just couldn't remember where Kalos was. Do you prefer Sword and Shield soft reset hunts with Charm or sandwich hunts with Scarlet and Violet? I prefer the soft reset hunts, personally, Adam. One, it makes it a lot easier for me to talk with chat if I just have to do reset hunts and I don't have to pay too much attention to what's going on the screen. And secondly, it not as much with the Switch 2 as with the Switch, but sandwich hunts can tend to be kind of quick. I could, I typically try and do like a 3-hour stream. If I do a sandwich hunt, that's probably going to be over within anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour. So I prefer this because it has a better chance of like lasting an entire stream. So yeah. You got it in 10 checks. You got a Cyndaquil versus or via Island Scan in 10 checks. That's crazy. Anne Marie, you did not miss it. I was waiting for you. In fact, we're going to take this up to 15:30, and then we're going to open up some packs. I think we're going to take it to 15:30. Let me see here. And memory crash again. I don't know why YouTube has been doing that lately. Five minutes. In 5 minutes, we will be doing it. I gotta wait for Pack to do it. Let's say typical trade is 8-10,000. They offer 11. Well, I mean that's good, Kim. That's good. But I what I'm saying is, when you go in there, don't tell them that you have a trade-in. Don't even mention the trade-in. Negotiate the deal on the car. Once you have a price, once they tell you a price, oh, it's going to be X amount, then say, okay, great, I have a trade-in. That way, it's like you get 2 discounts. So, like, let's say, I'm just making up numbers. Let's say the car is 50,000 and you get them down to 45,000. And then you say, okay, great, 45,000 sounds fantastic. How much can you take off that 45,000 with my trade-in? And then maybe they take off another 10,000. Then it's 35,000. But if you go in there to begin with and say, I have a trade-in, then they're likely not going to offer you as much off the MSRP. Your cat Pikachu has turned into Pikachu for the day now. Why? We can see why in the first message. What? I feel like I missed something, Tyler. You wish you could lower 50K to 45K? Yeah, I know, right? She barked on the. Yeah. I understood that, Tyler. I didn't understand the reference to the first message. That's why I feel like I missed a message. I think it's possible YouTube hid your first message if there was a previous message. Collected 5 boxes of eggs. Time to hatch some eggs. A good electrogonic. I meant that you could tell what happened by seeing the word puke and Pikachu. Oh yeah, totally. Totally, Tyler. Just by seeing the word Pikachu, I could imagine. What if they ask me right away if I'm planning on trading in? Well, then, yeah. You know what, Cam? Just do your best. Don't listen to me. I'm no expert. Do what feels right. And if they don't offer you something that you're comfortable with, walk away. Look at Dragonic hugging everyone. How sweet. Do I have shinies from Pogo transferred to my main games on Switch? I do have some shinies transferred in from Pokemon Go. Over the years, I have tried to replace those with shinies from the mainline games because I would prefer to have my shiny living dex solely from the mainline games. There are a couple of instances, though, where that's not going to be possible. For example, Meltan and Melmetal for my shiny living dex are obviously from Pokemon Go. My I can't remember what the name of the form is, but the non-treasure chest Gimme Ghoul is from Pokemon Go. And I just don't think I'm ever going to get mainline shinies of those. Welcome back, Mewtwo. Have you told me to say to not tell you? Yeah, just say that, Cam. Just say that. All right, has it been 5 minutes? We got 1 minute left. We're gonna take this up to 1550, then we're gonna open up some packs. And I think, So I only need one card left for the base set of Secluded Springs. I just need the Raichu EX. So I think we're going to walk away from that. I think we're going to go back and start opening up packs for maybe we'll go back to the Lugia packs because I still need the immersive Lugia and the gold card. Got a shiny Simian Basculin after failing it 6 minutes ago. What? Oh, in Legends Arceus. Oh, congratulations, Mia. I have 0 Giratina EX as Mewtwo. 0. Let's see here. What is? Yeah, I don't have either of the gold cards for the last set, and I still need the Lugia Immersive, so I think we might open up Lugia cards. JJ, a good morning. Why is combining new vehicle? Because well, I mean, I'll let him speak for himself. I don't know why I have to answer. I don't know why I felt like I had to answer that. We're really the same people? We certainly are. And Legends it ran so far away, and then you reset and use your flash speed. Very nice. All right, no shiny. All right, let's open up some packs. So I'm hoping you got the Lugia immersive or a gold card, or some like 2-star cards would be nice too. Let's open up some packs. Got almost every possible shiny across all games on Switch. Only 9 shinies away, but you have included about 15 Pogo shinies transferred to help with your shiny decks, but you feel you might replace. Adam, that's really impressive. And yeah, I mean, look, shiny collections are totally personal. There's no wrong way to do it. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to count Pogo shinies towards your shiny living decks, that's totally fine. If you want to replace those with shinies from mainline games, that's totally fine too. All right, here we go. Absol, Natu, Chikorita, Houndour, and, well, that's a Lugia EX, which is nice, but not the immersive. Why is Sasui and Basculin timid? Whose idea was that? Yeah, that was annoying. It is funny, like how Red Stripe and White Stripe are so aggressive, and then the Red Stripe and Blue Stripe are so aggressive, and then White Stripe was so timid. All right, here we go. Pack 2. Favorite weapon in Kirby in the Forgotten Land? Um, I think it might be the sword too, Tyler. I actually think it might be the sword. There's a lot of cool ones in there. There was some that I didn't really care for. All right, Corsola, Seadra, Corsola, Lady Anne, and Buffalant. Boo. Your friend pulled 2 Lugia Immersives and like 3 packs and had the most 2 reaction. You're freaking out though? Oh, yeah. So, guys, do you remember when on stream I got the immersive Suicune? And then, like, the next day I got another immersive Suicune? And I was complaining because I had 2 immersive Suicunes? I've since then pulled 2 more. I have 4 immersive Suicunes. Why the heck can't we just trade whatever we want? As long as it's equal rarity, I think we should be able to trade whatever we want. I wish you could just get the regular EXs in that set. You just want the freaking Umbreon EX. You've gotten 3 gold Ho-Ohs and 4 immersive Lugias. Oh my gosh, Airy, I'm so jelly. All right, here we go. Quilava, Wobbuffet, Corphish, Sneasel, and Suicune. You still don't have any immersive Suicune? I hope you get soon, Anne-Marie. I'm saying Suicune weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my voice is weird. Aries suffering from success, right? Everyone has their own opinions on Pogo Shinies, but they are real Shinies that were cut yourself with the same OT, so you never had a problem. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm saying Suicune, right? That's good to know, Twilight. Thank you. Oddish, Muna, Mareep, Smeargle, and Fisher. And good morning, Twi. Hope you're doing well. Suicune is the correct pronunciation. Let's trade the rare cards the same rarity, dang it. Exactly, Amory. I would gladly trade you a Suicune. Oh yeah, Tyler, I agree about the Morphinite sword. Totally agree. Chinchu, Remoraid, Murkrow, Fisher, and Jerem. Come on now. We haven't even gotten a full art today. All right, let's get some last pack luck. Jerem, your beloved. Have they announced when the new set's coming out yet? Or I should say the next set? They announced when the next pocket set's coming out? Ledian, Weavile, Oddish, Murkrow, and Yanmega. All garbage. Pokeballs have been bad overall lately. You did get a shiny Magneton. Oh, congratulations, Amory. That's cool. Yeah, 4 of the 1-star Azurill, but not the normal one. Oh my gosh, me too. Yeah, I have a lot of the Azurills too. All right, let's head back and let's get back to hunting. Okay, we're back. Now that you've heard, good. I'm actually glad about that because now that I only need the 1 card for the new set, I'm like, forget it. I have great friends that have been very nice to me with trades. I'm not even going to worry about that one. I'm going to start going back and focusing on other sets so I can get some more immersives and maybe even a gold card. You want so badly to get Usavaladian? Yeah. It would be nice if it was worthwhile at all. Plus, you find a quote, the Morphonite sword has a wide array of attacks in its arsenal, ranging from the basic attack, a charge attack, to the third charge, making the sword big. Yes, absolutely, Tyler. And shielding the air and holding the attack button, yeah. I do really like that attack. Suicune's correct. Yeah, pronunciations don't matter. Twa used to give me so much crap for how I pronounce Kyurem. And I refuse to pronounce it as anything other than Illumise. At one point, the correct pronunciation was Ratata. And now for some reason it's Ratata. I don't know why that changed, but it did. Illumise is correct. It is in my head. But I'm also willing to change my mind about certain things. Like, Aries set me straight on Conkeldor and Arkin and Archeops. Because I never knew if it was Archeops or Archeops. And then Aries said, well, think of it this way. It's a fossil, right? Like archaeology. And I said, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And she said, I know, I'm very smart. Palkia or Palkia? I say Palkia. Start a new playthrough of PMD Explorers of Sky. Very cool. Who's your starter? Our Ratatouille is correct, I think. I know it was. I know Rattata was correct. Hopefully it's still correct. I have heard that Rattata is correct now. I don't know why. Palika, Palika, Lika, Lika. Kiram just rolls out the tongue well for you. You know what? I never paid attention because honestly, outside of streaming, Twy, it would be hard for me to count on one hand the number of times I had conversations out loud in which I said the name of that legendary ice dragon. So I never paid much attention until I started streaming. I don't know why I said Kyurem. No idea. Kyurem does feel easier to say. You said Chime Show for the longest time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly, Mia. That's what they said in the show. That's how it was first verbalized to me. Chose several new things. Usually you choose Vulpix or Torchic, but this time you chose Chikorita. And then for your partner, you chose Torchic. Nice. First time having a girl duo, and it's so cute. You gonna go shopping in the mall, buy pretty clothes? You two girls? Get it? Because you're girls, and that's what girls do? I was born in the 80s. You refuse to say other than Illumis? Yeah, they're always done. I agree, Emery. It's such a silly, silly thing. And I will say this. If the official pronunciation is supposedly the official pronunciation, why is there no accent on the E? Like Flabebe. Flabebe has the accents. That's another one, Twy. Lupunny. I've never heard Lupunny, but I always used to say uh, Lopunny. And then Ari taught me that it's based off of a lop-eared rabbit, so it's actually a Lopunny. I was very close to being a 70s baby, just several months away. Chikorita is pesto and Torchic is sriracha. I like that. Lopunny. 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 I went grocery shopping yesterday. And I bought the coolest thing ever. So I was about out of ketchup at home, and I don't remember. Hey, Mighty Munchkin, take care, buddy. Thanks for being here. I don't remember when I bought the mustard that I have, and I didn't have any relish. So I was like, okay, I need to buy some condiments, and I found this thing at the store. I'm gonna go get it because I'm so excited. 19 Matt with the 5 gifted memberships going out to Red Eye Jedi, Gym Leader's Son, Ryan Christensen, Nick Follett, and Carly May. Mantine Matt, so good to see you. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. People were asking about you last weekend, wondering how you're doing. I said, Matt's good. He usually comes in here once every couple weeks and makes fun of me. But yeah, I got this at the grocery store. Look at that, Girl Pack. Ketchup, relish, and mustard, all in one pack. I was so excited. It's like the coolest thing ever. Working your butt off? I'm not surprised. You are a hard-working man. Do I own a grill? I don't. That was going to be my summer gift to myself this year, but things just didn't work out. But I was very excited about that for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's cool, and two, the ketchup alone was $4.99. The mustard and relish alone were each $3.99. That 3-pack was $6.99. Take a little break. Say you might not been here in week's gift. Aw, man, Team Matt, don't feel like you ever have to gift anything, but it is very much appreciated. I do have a George Foreman grill. Thank you, JJ. Yeah, it's a pretty neat set. And for my OCD tendencies, I wouldn't say I have OCD, but I have OCD tendencies. The fact that it's all the same brand, the fact that it's all the same design, and that they're all purchased the same day really excites me in a way that probably shouldn't excite me. Like I'm so thrilled that I have a 3-pack of condiments that all match and were all purchased on the same day. I don't know really how to describe that, but I guess if you get it, you get it. What are you giving me the side eye for? OCD would tell me they don't all taste the same. Kieran, you and I have different OCD tendencies. You just have to be careful not to hit it with your foot if you're using it in bed. Oh, George Foreman grill. Yeah, yeah. They all have the same expiration date. That's a good question. I would imagine that they don't. Let's see here. Yeah, they do not. Oh, that's crazy. The ketchup and mustard are off by one day. The catch-up expires April 27th, 2026. The mustard expires August 28th, 2026. August 27th and August 28th. The relish doesn't expire until January 6th of 2027. You booked 3 flights and you're pleased they're all the same airline. That's awesome, Razzie. They're airy. Why did I say Razzie? Pretty sure you two were different people. To ruin, get a refund, I'll have to. Also, Kieran, congratulations on all the big excitement going on in your life. Same person, isn't it? Isn't it? You love me getting excited by condiments. I do like condiments. Condiments are candy for the meal. You can quote me on that. Yeah, the PFP is messing everybody up. Exactly. Spent all night completing sign forms. Never want to see your signature again in your life. Why don't you send me a copy of your signature just so I can have it in case? Budgeting 101 with Hefty. Yeah, I don't think I should not be giving lessons on budgeting, but if I would, I will say, why aren't you working? I will say that, uh-oh. Buying 3 condiments for the price of like 1.5 is pretty good. All of a sudden, my controller's not connecting. Like that it's raining. What if Raichu knows thunder? It can't miss. I think it does know thunder, Twy. But it's okay. Because it's weak compared to my babies. No, it doesn't know thunder. It doesn't. That's right. You want to know what the moveset is? It's crazy. I never thought about this. But it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So Raichu is a evolution stone, an evolution stone evolution, right? It evolves from giving Pikachu a Thunderstone. What do we know about stone evolutions? Anyone? This is a quiz. What do we know about Thunderstone evolution, or what do we know about evolution stone evolutions? No moves. Twilight, you are correct. Once it evolves, it doesn't learn any moves. So, these Raichu, their moveset is Thundershock, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Thunderbolt. That's it. Gotta eat the stone. You do have to eat the stone. Go Looper, they evolve. What do we know about stone evolutions? They evolve from stones. Looper, good job on being technically correct, which is, of course, the best type of correct. So actually, if you ever want to do this hunt, walk in here with a Golurk. It won't be able to harm you. Or a Runerigus. Technically, he's not technically correct, but factually correct. That is factually correct, Mewtwo. You're right. Brandon, what's up? Good to see you. Brandon, I love your PFP. Airy with the 33 months of membership. Soup. Soup. It's really cool to me that accuracy bypassing moves still hit you during invulnerable turns. They literally can't be avoided except Phantom Force. You think Dragon Ball literally goes intangible. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, let's get some hype for Ari for the 33 months. Thank you so much, Ari. Oh, also, we got off on a huge tangent after opening up those packs. It is now time to play Guess the Plush. This is the part of the stream where you guess what the Pokemon plush is that I have right here, right below the camera that you can't see. What be the plush? Hoopa. It is not Hoopa. Not Golisopod, not Slowpoke, not Remoraid, not Numel, not Raichu, not Victini, not Spinda, not Giratina, not Dreepy, not Pheromosa, not Eel, not Dino, not Psyduck. Hey Zeus, what's up? Good to see you. Not Rabombi. What is going on with YouTube? Not Pichu. Not Houndoom. Not Sylveon. Not Togepi. What's up, Kirk? Good to see you. All right, I'll give you guys a clue. It's not Mew. It's not Blipbug. Those aren't the clues. The clue is it's not Bryan Cranston. Not Politoed. The clue is it is a fairy type Pokemon. Not Squirtle. Not Florges, not Zacian. We got some good guesses already, though. Not Floette, not Gardevoir, not Ralts, not Neil Patrick Harris, not Cleffa, not Clefairy, not Clefable. Look at that! I don't know if it shows on your guys' end, but on my end, Anne-Marie, Mia, and Kirk, in evolution order, put Cleffa, Clefairy, Clefable. That's pretty cool. You're all wrong, though. Not Tinkatink, not Alchemy, not Carbink. I always forget Carbink is a fairy type. Not Primarina, not Whimsicott, not Wigglytuff. Would be cool if it was Carbink. It would be cool. Not Deancey. Not Swirlix. Not Galarian Queasing. Not Jigglypuff, not Snubble, not Azurill, not Tapu Fini, not Jigglypuff. Not Granbull. Not Ponyta, not Voltorb seen from above. Nice. Not Grimmsnarl, not Rapidash, not Florges. Not Dedenne, not Magearna, not Togekiss, but Anne-Marie coming in here so confident with Mimikyu that she put 3 exclamation points. Anne-Marie, your confident guess is 100% correct. It is Mimikyu. Look at this. It's Mimikyu. Everybody loves Mimikyu. The Ghost Fairy Mimikyu. And what's really cool, what I really like about Mimikyu as a Pokemon is, you said Mimikyu way back? No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Kirk did. All right, Kirk and Anne-Marie both get 27 cool points. But what I really like about Mimikyu as a Pokemon is it has the ability Disguise. So the first time it gets hit, it doesn't get any damage, which is pretty cool. But I think that's a really neat feature of it. Oh, crap. I dropped it. So, yeah, Oh no, it lost its disguise. But yeah, I think Mimikyu is pretty cool. I like it a lot, and that is a new one that I recently picked up. It's a fraudulent ability. Dougie the dog, what's going on? Performance anxiety. Airy, get out of here. Yeah, my bad, my bad. It was Kurt's first comment and I missed it. That was me just being a terrible streamer. That's true. It does take damage as of Gen 8. It takes, what is it? Is it a set amount? Is it like 1/16 or something like that? But yeah, originally it wouldn't take any damage. Now it takes a little bit of damage. Dougie, I do remember you. I remember you from last weekend. How you been? And Bagels, hello. Good practice to break the skies like icy wind or something. It still gets the speed drop despite not taking damage. Ooh, that's a smart thought there, Twy. Yeah, so yeah, there are two of them. In case anyone didn't understand how I did my magic, there are two of these sitting cuties. There's the regular one, and then they also have the broken disguise one. Two separate ones you can get. I think they did a good job of making them pretty similar. I'm just now noticing the tails. The tails are going different directions, which is a little bizarre. I don't suck as a streamer. I was born in the 80s. That's true. Mimikyu is the only one that's witnessed your Shinization's attacks 2 times. Oh my goodness. Last week I brought Carly May's favorite. Yeah, now I bring Carly May's favorite. That's right. Ari, that's so cool that you have a Shinization. And you know what else is cool? That someone just subbed during my nonsense. If you are subbed over 2171, please let me know so I can say thank you. After that is very cool. It is. It is very cool. So I have to shout out Mr. Rasford. Um, when they drop when Anne Marie let me know about the Gen 7 sitting cuties, and then I immediately let Razzie know because he yells at me when I don't tell him that um, the plushes have been updated or released. I had in my shopping cart like 7 or 8 sitting cuties I want to pick up, and I thought, no, 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 that's not a wise thing to do. I can't go crazy. And so I decided to buy 2 sitting cuties. And I bought them. And I got the regular Mimikyu, but not the broken Mimikyu. And I told Razzie, I said, I got the regular Mimikyu. And he's like, oh, well, um, Carly and I got the broken Mimikyu, and it looks really good. And he sent me a picture. I was like, it does look really good. Maybe I should have gotten that. And he's like, well, then go get it. And then Razzie guilted me into doing another purchase at the Pokemon Center. And then he sent me a picture of his Poipole and some other ones. And I was like, those look really good. And he said, well, you should have gotten it. And guilted me into a third purchase at the Pokemon Center. So thank you, Razzie, for guilting me into stuff. 3D print anything recently? Well, I don't 3D print anything. My dad does. And my dad is constantly 3D printing stuff. He hasn't done anything for me lately. Not that he should have. I haven't asked for anything. But he's been working on some stuff for like Halloween for people that live around where he's from. But yeah. You got the Alola Marowak and the Zenith Marshadow. They look really good. Anne-Marie, if you wouldn't mind, if you wouldn't mind, at some point, would you send me a picture of the Alola Marowak? Classic Razzie. You just got the moon ball. I heard about that, Amory. That's awesome. You got 5 of the Alola plushies so far? Nice. I have 6, including the 2 Mimikyu. I showed you guys Stuffle last weekend. So that's 3 of the 6. So I have 3 others you guys haven't seen yet. And there's still more I want to get. Also, we've never guessed a 60-year-old house doesn't have anything square in it at all. What? What, Matt? Got a Poliwhirl plush when you were like 10. You've been looking forever. You think you lost it? Oh no, Dougie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I love Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl's my boy. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. I don't typically like show DMs that I have with people, but this one I have to. A good friend of the channel, Gina Bina, sent me a picture yesterday, and I told her she won. She won for having the best picture of the day, best message of the day. Look how adorable this picture is. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this correctly, because it's kind of like a comic strip. All right, there's Poliwhirl, right? Look at Poliwhirl. He's got a brush. He's been doing some brushing. What's he been brushing? A Spheal and a Meryl. How adorable is that? I love it. Have I heard the Gengar bop? I have not. Need to give you 100% with this shiny? Oh, please do, OND. You got some goodies to show me. Show me some goodies. Oh, your house. Okay, nothing in this house is square, level, or straight. Oh my gosh. I have to hear the Gengar bop. I'll have to look that up. Your best friend got a shiny Snorlax on the top of his knee? That's awesome. Like in real life or like in Pogo? Wait, who revolves by frowning? Gonna be lurking whilst double hunting Aerodactyl and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee full odds fossil resets. Good luck on that, Adam. I hope you get it. I've never done a fossil reset in Let's Go. It scares me. Oh, Poliwrath. You like Poliwhirl because Poliwrath is just him but evil? So true. Have I heard the Do You Like Miltank song? I have not. Someone's cooking thick cut maple smoked bacon. That sounds delicious. Got a new Pokemon tattoo. I gotta see it. Oh, nice cheese. Tattoos. You got so lucky with your first shiny Poliwag Go. You were spamming the run button, not knowing you're shiny, and luckily you managed to stop yourself from spamming as soon as you saw the sparkles. Awesome. You have a request. What's your request, Dougie the Doug? Keep in mind, though, I can't really do a lot right now because I'm currently talking with all you wonderful people and streaming while I hunt 2 Pokemon. So I'm limited to what I can do at the moment. I can certainly do things later. What a time to be alive. Can I play the Gengar bot, please? I will do that later on today. Absolutely. I gotta check this out. Managed to get 2 shiny Omanite and 1 shiny Kabuto on your grind and doing Aerodactyl next. So one of your goals is to get a full shiny Living Dex and Let's Go. Adam, that's a great Great goal to have. I have a very good friend, Mr. Chem Nation, that has done that. And that is a huge flex. Huge flex. If I had a Pokemon ability, what would it be? Suction cups. My ability would be not suction cups. Uh, it would be Klutz. Exactly, Ari. That's why I'm going to listen to it later. I do want to check out this Gengar bop, but not knowing anything about it, I'm not just going to pull it up in the middle of the stream and get shut down by by Taylor Swift and Disney. Klutz makes you unable to get use out of items, right? I believe so. I believe it does. Klutz basically makes items unusable, which is a very niche thing to use in competitive. It really only helps out if you're facing somebody that's going to like fling flame orbs or toxic orbs at you or something. Chem is definitely awesome to achieve that massive accomplishment. One could say, Adam, that Chem is almost as awesome as you are. Twine, that's a good question. I actually looked this up a while back, and I can't remember the answer because I had that exact same question. Was does Klutz affect Megastones? And I can't remember what the answer was. Yeah, that would make sense, Twine. I'm going to look it up now. I like it when we learn things. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's learn together. Klutz prevents the effects from a held item of the Pokemon with this ability from applying. Klutz does not negate effects that affect prize money, experience, effort values, or friendships, such as those of the Amulet Coin, Lucky Egg, Power Weight, or Soothe Bell. The speed drop from the Macho Brace and the power items such as the Power Bracer are not negated by Klutz. Gen 4, the speed drop from Iron Ball is not negated, but the grounding effect is. Klutz prevents the Pokemon with this ability from using Natural Gift. However, it does not prevent the Pokemon from using Fling. If the Pokemon with Klutz uses Bug Bite or Pluck, it will consume the target's Hull Berry without gaining the effects. Now let's get to the important stuff. Oh, in Gen 5, they changed it so if it uses Bug Bite or Pluck, it will get the effects. All effects of Iron Ball are now negated by Klutz, including the speed drop. Klutz cannot prevent the form-changing effects of items, but will still negate the other effects of these items, i.e., if Giratina is holding a Grisius Orb, it will remain its origin form, but will not receive the 20% boost of power in Dragon or Ghost-type moves. I actually didn't even know that Grisius Orb did that. Does not prevent Pokemon with this ability from Mega Evolving with a Mega Stone or undergoing Primal Reversion. And it will not prevent Pokemon with this ability from using a Z move with a Z Crystal. So there we go. Oh, and Klutz has no effect on outside of battle items. So like Everstone, Cleanse Tag, Scarves, and Soothe Bells are not affected. We learned. Yeah, just a random reminder that you do need to be at least 13 years of age to have a YouTube account and participate in live streams. So if, I'm not saying anybody is, but if you're under the age of 13, uh, best not to say anything in the chat. And actually, if you're under the age of 18, probably best to just keep your age to yourself, not just here, but anywhere on the internet. That's for your safety, not for mine. Anne Marie looks awesome. I love it. Very informative. It was. I like it when we learn. Learning makes us grow. It will be on next week's test. What age is man-child? Why keeps calling you that? Geez, that would be like you will continue to be a man-child until whatever age you are now plus 70. After 70 years, you will no longer be man-child. It took you 7 days of grinding for hours to get 2 shiny Omanite and Kabuto, which feels amazing. That's actually really good, Adam. Congratulations on that. A dust man child. Dust man child, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? You're very welcome, Adam. Your wife calls you a lot worse than man child? Yeah. I've heard some of the things she calls you. Your wife doesn't exist. Maybe one day, Ari. My wife. That was my impression of every guy in the world back in 2006. Your husband's sweet to you? That makes me happy. You don't know any girls. Maybe one day, Twilight. I was 26 in 2006. This is true. What you said is a factual statement. So close to 40 likes. You're right. In fact, we need a new like goal. Can we get a like goal of 45? 50 million? That's a lot of girls, Twilight. I'm very impressed. Stay away from girls, they have cooties. That's true. Also, apparently YouTube doesn't like the word cooties, which is hilarious. How's Grandpa doing? Bulba King, are you in here making old jokes? Are you calling me an old? What's up, Bulba King? Yeah, I mean O&D. I'm sure you're aware. Like the filters on YouTube lately have been crazy sensitive. Dougie, thank you so much for the like goal of 45. Are we talking about Raichu? Gotcha. Raichu's the grandpa. Well, grandpa ain't shining. What's funnier, Borat or Bruno? For me personally, Borat. Bruno had some funny scenes. If we're talking the movies, Bruno had some funny scenes. Borat, I thought, was overall funnier. And by funny, I mean funny slash depressing. Show-wise, I honestly don't remember much of Bruno from the show, from the Ali G show. I remember some Borat stuff from Ali G. Mostly, I remember Ali G himself. I don't remember a lot. I think I've only seen a couple of Bruno skits. We don't talk about Bruno. That's right. They have creepy, silly germs and a humorous manner of speech. That one it didn't block. It's really like the only stuff you don't find funny. What, the Borat or the Bruno or the both? I would have loved to see a full-blown Ollie G movie. But, I mean, I guess at that point, like, cat's out of the bag. It's gonna be hard to do that stuff. Both, I gotcha. I watched Land of the Lost. The movie, I think I did see the movie once. That one had Will Ferrell in it. Raichu's grandpa decides after you passed that stage already. Oh my goodness gracious. How rude. How rude. Skull with the 32 months of membership. Skull. You'd love to see a hefty movie? No one wants that. But thank you so much. Let's get some hype for Skull. One of our longest channel members, one of our longest channel subscribers. Sacha Baron Cohen's best role in your eyes is King Julian from Madagascar. I never watched the Madagascar movies. It doesn't say all joke equals bad. It doesn't. It can still hurt my feelings, though. Action or romance? Oh, that's what a hefty movie would be? Action romance? Oh my gosh, no. A hefty movie would be like one of those Sundance entries that is half documentarial and half experimental, that afterwards everyone just kind of goes, and then gets up and leaves and then never talks about it again. Grocery shopping, we get time to do. I get a bunch for a few weeks. I go get a bunch for a few weeks, and then I don't shop again for a few months. Your nickname was Chuka when you were little. Did I give you that nickname because the monkey caveman thing? Oh, okay, nice. That's a cool nickname. Be black and white? Yeah, it would totally be in black and white. Best role is in Ricky Bobby. Yeah, I think he's actually a pretty decent comedic actor. Like when he's actually at, how do I put this? When he's doing scripted comedy, I think he's a good comedian when he's doing scripted comedy. I personally like some of his mockumentary style stuff too. Oh, it's pronounced Chucka. Okay, gotcha, Chucka. I like some of his mockumentary style comedy, but he's a pretty decent traditional comedian too. That don't make sense. How you keep food when you buy it for a short time? Because I typically just pick up stuff while I'm out. You're in Nosferatu on account of being a vampire and all? That makes sense. So yeah, I actually went grocery shopping yesterday and picked up some stuff for the house so that I won't have to like grab stuff on the way home for the next couple weeks. Slapstick comedy / office type of thing. You think so? I could see that. Shadang, you like my cap? Thank you. We got to 40 likes. That's awesome. We're only 5 away from the like goal. You were so disillusioned by Nosferatu. Ari, tell me all about it. You have a Farfetch named Shadang. That's strange. I think I might as well. What was the what were the names of the other three? What were the names of Jinx, Mr. Mime, and Lickitung? Shading the Chinchu. Now, why did that get hidden? You buy the 4 for $20 chicken breast tenders? Nice. Mr. Mime was named Marcel. That would make sense. Hefty movie would be me climbing the mountain to obtain the last shiny Pokemon I need for Pokedex. That'd be pretty sweet. Orlock and the pretty lady were fine. Not your cup of tea. But you felt so bad for the friend couple. The mausoleum scene was ew. Ew. The current situation in which you're being vague is very convenient times for shopping trips. Yeah. Yeah, I think probably not too dissimilar, Cheese. Lily Rose Depp has a knack for the English like her old man. Oh yeah. So sick trade, by the way. If you don't have trade evolutions, Mr. Mime goes in on Kanto. So if I'm not able to get, say, an Alakazam in in a Kanto game, Mr. Mime would be a good replacement. You're broke because you collect Pokemon and FIFA cards. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm glad I am not a Pokemon card collector because I feel like I'd probably lose my house. Alakazam's tiny bit better, but yes, absolutely. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, Alakazam's better, especially in the original Gen 1 games. Get yourself an Alakazam. You don't need any other Pokemon on your team. I Alakazammed my way to the Pokemon League multiple times in Gen 1. You have a great video you're going to send me later. Nice. Do I like Alakazam's legs and spoons? Kieran, I would say that I like Alakazam in spite of its legs and spoons. We have some people in the community that are big fans of Alakazam's legs and spoons, and I don't know why. Alakazam, Gengar, and Golem were like unobtainable mythicals, and Machamp. Where do you get those spoons from? You probably stole them from the spoon store. Your nose is just wet right now because it's cold. Oh, yuck. I don't like having colds. Cheese. You are a smart man when it comes to reselling things. I have a question for you. What would be a... Oh, Machamp was undesirable. Poor Machamp. Worked so hard in the gym to be desirable, and it's having the opposite effect on you. Geez, what would be a... What would be a good price on an old gray brick Game Boy? Gotta go, but bye everybody. Good luck with Raichu. You spelled it right, Dougie. You have a great day slash night as well. Thank you for being here. Machamp was based on the man Hefty 517. That is so far from the truth. I only have 2 arms. 60 to 80? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to get an old gray brick Game Boy. The one I had, I gave to a friend in college, and ever since I started working on curating my collection of stuff, it feels like it's missing that. It feels because you can't really see it too well right now, but if I scroll down, it's not you can't tell too well, but let me see. How do I use my hand? So right here is all my handhelds, but it starts with the Game Boy Color. And I really feel like it should start with the original Game Boy. I also at some point want to get another original Nintendo 3DS. Or not 3DS, a Nintendo DS, like the original Nintendo DS, the big gray one where the top shell had angles on the sides, the one that came with the free demo of Metroid Prime Pinball. I still have the Metroid Prime Pinball, but I don't have the original DS anymore. I gave it to a former roommate so that he could play Pokemon Diamond. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Mia. I have trouble playing on my Game Boy Advance. When I was playing Emerald, when I was doing my first playthrough of Emerald a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm playing this on the Game Boy Advance. That lasted for about 5 minutes, and I said, yeah, never mind. I'm playing this on the DS. That's why you don't often get the shiny charm. You just hate a few Pokemon so much that you don't want to catch them all. Oh my goodness, Airy. Airy goes by the gotta catch almost all of them mantra. That's wild to have such hate, such vitriol towards certain Pokemon that you're. Why is my dad calling me? Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dad butt dialed me. He wanted me to tell everyone that he says hi. Uh, Again, at your friend's car when it was storming, unbeknownst to you, your DS fell out of your pocket, and your mom found it next day deceased. Oh no! Raichu the Zero Aura, what's up? Apparently, the worst you'll feel about a Pokemon is like just saying ew before you reluctantly catch it. Yeah. The roller line, they're both vile. What? You don't like the roller line? Why? Come on now. Many days you spent as a child on your Game Boy playing Tetris beside a desk lamp? Oh, yeah. I did have the. I'm not sure how much of it was for me and how much of it was for my parents as well. Um, I had the attachment for the original brick Game Boy that had the little desk lamp attachment and the magnifying glass to make the screen bigger. Uh, the only bad thing was that it plugged into the batteries in the back. So you went on a car trip at night with your brick Game Boy and the desk lamp, and you might get half an hour, 45 minutes out of it before the batteries died. Reller's more poop than Pokemon, and the Pokemon itself is ugly, but what about the shiny? But dialed are the cheeks cries of I miss you. That's a weird sentence, cheese. It was the original DS that you're referring to? Yeah, yeah, the original DS. I need to get a replacement original DS. You got the the backlight attachment. Yeah, this wasn't a backlight. This was a lamp that went over it. But yeah, I mean, a backlight would have been nice. Aries already explained why Rapska's horrifying. Yes. There we go. I don't know why the OLED Joy-Con is having so much trouble connecting sometimes. His tech deck collection must have fortunes on. I never got into tech decks. Johto Jerry, you got to sleep in this morning, buddy. Congratulations. Well done. You're just in time for our final game of the day, which honestly I think we might drop because I keep forgetting to do it, and very rarely does somebody remind me about it. So I don't think it's a very popular one. But yeah, guess the Marvel superhero. Not Flash, not Storm, not Batman, not the Thingy, not Wonder Lady. Cheese, I know what you're doing. Not Magneto. Not Obnoxio the Clown. You guys keep guessing. I'll be right back. I need to go grab something. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Fair enough. All the ramps in the parks, every tech deck board that came out, all the mini bikes, accessories, including wheel studs, tires, cages, etc. Cool. Not Spider-Man, not the Thing. Not Thor. Not Ant-Man. Not Juggernaut. Not Quicksilver. Not Wasp. Not Colossus. Not Silver Surfer. Not Captain America. Not Wanda Vision. Gary's here. Time to go. I don't blame you, Slowpoke. Have a good one, Slowpoke. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry Jerry's chasing you out. All right. Here's a clue. The clue is... It's not Venom. The clue is this character... Jeremy Renner was... that's Hawkeye. But it's not Hawkeye. The clue is this character... Nah, that one's going to be too obvious. Not Green Lantern, but you're close. Not Green Arrow. Enjoy the shower, Twilight. Yeah, not Hawkeye. Not Hulk. Not Lantern Corps. Not Green Goblin. Not Adam Warlock. Good shout, Jerry. Not Swamp Thing. Although I am currently finishing up the Saga of Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. I dove back into it last night. The 6th of the 6 books. Hoping to finish that this weekend. Not Jennifer Walters. This character has had 3 movies. You're loving this clue. I bet you are. This character has had 3 movies after a very disappointing role in a previous movie. So he had a very disappointing role in a movie, and he then had 3 movies afterwards. Anne-Marie absolutely sweeping the games this weekend so far with one day. It is, in fact, Deadpool. This is Deadpool Mission Improbable. This is Volume 2, all the Deadpool comics from 94 through 97. There's Deadpool on top of the Hulk. This is classic Deadpool. This is Joe Kelly writing, Ed McGuinness artwork. Everything you know about Deadpool, this is where it came from, basically. Also, it includes this Wolverine comic. First time Wolverine and Deadpool met. I love that cover. I have the original. It's beautiful. Let's see what else we got in here. We got him in X-Force with some bizarre Adam Paulina artwork. But yeah, then we got his first solo series, which started in 97. Deadpool #1. That's Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. Too obvious? Yeah. Very too obvious. For those wondering, Big Cheese Thrifts said Green Lantern, and I said, you're close. That's because Ryan Reynolds also played Green Lantern. Um, yeah, I love the artwork that that Ed McGuinness did for Deadpool. Um, and speaking of Deadpool, this came out this week. This is kind of why I picked it. I was planning on doing that book for a while anyway, but I figured this week would be the week because this came out this week. Joyce was talking about a couple months ago and actually let me know about it, but it finally came out. The Marvel DC Deadpool Batman crossover came out this week. And it's also got some other Marvel DC stories in there along with Deadpool Batman. The Deadpool Batman story was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay. There's a great story in there, in my opinion, written by Kevin Smith with Daredevil and Green Arrow. Does Deadpool make fun of Batman's parents? There is an orphan joke in there. There's also a Robin joke in there. There's a few billionaire jokes in there. There's a Batman Joker. There's a bunch of Batman Joker jokes in there. Basically, every joke that the internet has made about Batman for the last 20 years is in there. Some people might appreciate that. Some people might say, way to be original. Yeah, the Green Arrow Daredevil story was pretty good. Some of them were not so great, in my opinion. There is also one, if anybody's into this, I know there are some people out there. There is a Crypto the Superdog and Jeff the Shark comic in there. Ryan Reynolds interview rules: don't mention Green Lantern. That's right. I should said Pikachu would have been. Yep, that would have been close to Mewtwo. Pikachu would have been very close. I saw a funny meme about Batman today. It went, Batman, Alfred, fill the bathtub. Alfred, Master Wayne, what's a tub? That's pretty good. I like that, Kieran. I've never heard that one before. That's pretty good. I like it. What is going on with the OLED? So bizarre. Sometimes I have to stick the Joy-Con back on the OLED in order for it to connect again. Hot take, you actually kind of liked Green Lantern. I'll say this. I don't think Green Lantern suffered from any issues that most origin superhero movies didn't suffer from. I think maybe some of them might have been a little bit worse issues, but I don't think, like storyline wise, I don't think it was much different from any other superhero origin film. Why you would go with Hector Hammond, I have no idea. Switch controllers don't like this resets. I don't know what it is. Like recently, the last few months, both the OLED and the classic Switch have just had problems with the Joy-Cons working either remotely or attached. And it's bothersome. Horrible CGI. I've heard people say that. I've also said many times on my channel, I don't know if it's something with me and my eyes. I don't notice bad CGI as much as other people do. It's got to be really, 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 really bad for me to notice. Have I done a calibration lately? I mean, not lately, but I have done them. It's not like a drift issue. It's like it doesn't recognize it. Like it disconnects. And I have to physically reconnect it. Even like when it's docked, I have to undock it and redock it for it to connect. I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's not like game breaking or anything. It's just annoying. Did you notice Keanu Reeves in Matrix Reloaded? I mean, there's a difference between recognizing that something is CGI, for me at least. There's a difference between recognizing that something is CGI and thinking it's bad. Are they trying to connect to the Switch 2? No, because this was happening even before I got a Switch 2. Yeah, no, geez, I appreciate it. I mean, it certainly couldn't hurt. Ryan, what's going on? There's a copy of Sapphire on the floor in one scene. Is there really, Jerry? Is that for real? Is that a thing? For real? Interesting. Oh, you have the same problem, Mia? Gifted membership. You can thank Mantine Matt for that. Villain's in his apartment home. He's crashing. Did you just say he's crashing out, Jerry? Did you really just say someone was crashing out? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to reconsider your mod status. During resets, they always desync. That's bizarre. Yeah, I mean, it happens when I when I'm doing resets, but also it can happen like if I'm just like traveling around in Scarlet and Violet. If I'm just like driving around on my Koraidon and Miraidon, it will just all of a sudden just stop. What is crashing out? It's the internet's new way of saying that you got angry or had a tantrum. However, it can also just be said if you just disagree with something. You love Shiny Raichu? I do too, actually. I think it's better than I remembered. I think because of the subtlety of the Pikachu Shiny, I didn't pay too much attention to the Raichu Shiny. I'd like it even more if I saw one. We are now exactly 300, or no, 400 over odds. We're practically at double odds. We're basically at triple odds on this hunt. Crashing out is Gen Alpha for Meltdown. Basically, yeah. However, they define Meltdown very loosely. I've seen people that politely disagree with something, and they'll be like, oh my god, he crashed out. Swords of Justice, yes, it does, Adam. It can work with Swords of Justice. Um, it certainly can. I believe so. Now that I'm saying that, because Swords of Justice does work a little bit differently. I want to say yes, Adam, but don't quote. Okay, Kieran says yes, it does. Okay. I couldn't remember if you could do it with the resets or if you had to do the Pokemon camp. All right, but it can. Okay, it can work. Thank you, Kieran. I appreciate you. Old Nintendo dude, you have a great weekend too, and I will avoid all wooden coinage altogether. It's funnier than just saying tantrum. I think tantrum's a pretty funny way. Oh, now he says, oh, wait. Look at that. Now he says, oh, wait. I know kiddo slang. The things that I've been forced to learn by being on YouTube. Okay, you did the camp method. Okay, so Adam, let's back up. Adam, I don't know for certain if the reset method works. However, I do know for certain the camp method works. It's basically the exact same thing, except instead of restarting the game, you go into your menu and you open up a camp, and then you close a camp. And it will respawn underneath you. In fact, I believe that might be faster than doing resets anyway. So even if resets do work, I don't think it would be beneficial to do it that way over doing the camp method. That made sense. All right, let's go shiny on 1776. That'd be funny. Jerry's made you sad today with his statements? Nah, Jerry's okay. No shiny on 1776. Dang. Is there a sure way than going back to the village to reset for Shalfas? Mia, look at me. I'm almost like speaking like an expert nowadays. Thank you, Razzie. Thank you, Carly. Thank you, Amber, for teaching me so much about Shalfas. It depends on the Shalfa, Mia. There are certain static Shalfas where you can get a massive mass outbreak that takes place right where the spawn typically is. The massive mass outbreak will override that Shalfa spawn. If that's the case, what you can do is you can go to that massive mass outbreak, KO everything, just knock out the entire outbreak, and then save the game. When you restart the game, the Shalfa will be there, and that's how you can reset for Shalfas. That doesn't always work though. There are some static alphas where there won't be the possibility of a massive mass outbreak there. In which case, yes, you will have to go back to the camp. Okay, yeah, Adam. What Kieran is saying would be a faster way to do it. I know the way that you're talking about. But yeah, Kieran's way is faster. Encounter them, run away, open a camp from the menu, close the camp. It will respawn right underneath you. It's the exact same concept as what I'm doing, except instead of restarting the software, you're just going into a camp from a menu. Standalone ones, though, can you rest the camp, or do you need to village each time? You need to village each time. And I'm talking about the standalone ones as well, Mia. I'm talking about the static ones. There are certain static ones where... So, like, if you go back and watch, like, when I hunted for Shalfa Garchomp or for Steelix, there was a massive mass outbreak where the Shalfa typically appears. So I went to that massive mass outbreak. I KO'd everything in the outbreak and saved the game. So when I restarted the game, the alpha was right there. But yeah, like if you're doing flyovers, if it's not shiny the first time, if you go back to the tent and sleep, it's not going to be shiny the next time. The only way that would be like something, nah, I don't even know if that's the case. I'm not sure about alphas, but I know there are like daytime, nighttime spawns. And so like I know like if let's say in the daytime you run into a shiny spawn, but you don't want that shiny, you want the nighttime to be shiny, you can then go to the camp, sleep until nighttime, go back, and the nighttime spawn will be shiny. Because that particular Pokemon that's inserted into the game will be shiny regardless of whether it's the daytime species or the nighttime species. You have a new friend at work. She works in the bakery. You know she feels comfortable around you. And last night she wanted to walk home from work with you, and she got smokes. And you were chatting about her bad day at work and how just walking home with you calmed her down. So you're on a mission to be more friendly towards her? Yeah, that's great. It sounds like she appreciates you being friendly towards her. I would say just continue what you're doing, JJ. So like here's an example I can say off the top of my head because I do specifically remember this. Um, the the Starly spawns in Obsidian Fieldlands right towards the beginning of the game, like right next to like the camp. The Starly spawns are during the day. At nighttime, the Starly spawns turn into Drifloon. So like if you went to the Obsidian Fieldlands and you saw a shiny Starly, you could go back to the camp, sleep until nighttime, go back to where that Starly was, and there will be a shiny Drifloon. So like that's an example of what I'm talking about. Shiny. No shiny. All right, we just got two more checks to do on the Raichu for the end of the stream. Before we go, though, I want to thank Shiny Cornholio for the $1 Make You Holla, Chem Nation for the 33 months, Keith Stroganoff for the 27, Mantine Matt for the 5 gifted memberships, Airy for the 33 months, and Skull for the 32. Thank you all so very much. Let's see if we can get some last check luck here. Um, Adam, actually, the bottom game that you're watching right now is on the Switch too. Yeah, the position. That's a good way of saying it, Mia. The position is shiny. I think my shiny charms broke. I think it is, Matt. No, I think this is just the great balancing after the Dragonite at check 515, followed by the Halucha at check 28. I think this is just the RNG gods putting everything back into balance. Mia with the 10 months of membership. Thank you so much. Here we go. Last checks. Are they going to be shiny? Did I ever watch Gen V? No. Kira, in fact, I've only seen the first season of The Boys and maybe the first 2 episodes of the second season. But here we go. Last checks. 1799, 1800. Are either one of them shiny? Let's find out right now. No and no. We will be back on the hunt tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the new subs. Thank you to the mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for hanging out with me. You guys are nifty. Very nifty. And I will see you tomorrow. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. And take care now. Bye-bye.